All right, well, this isn't looking very good for Supergirl. According to World of Real, Supergirl's tracking somewhere between The Marvels and Black Adam. Ouch.
Yeah, that's not great. That's not good.
That's not good. And look, I don't think anybody expected this one to do as well as Superman. And to be honest, this summer is very, very crowded.
It is.
So it's not like you're the only superhero movie out there. There's lots of science fiction movies out there. And, you know, Milly Alcock is not helping her case any.
No.
By basically opening her mouth. She's out there.
I said people, and then follows by, but all those men, the toxic men. And I was like, that's what, yeah. We know what you meant. You know, you made it clear.
Now, I would say I don't know how this is going to go. Because most people don't pay attention to like certain things celebrities say or whatever. But yeah, it hit Fox News. We've got the actress of Supergirl mocking Christian dads. That's not going to go well. Even if it was an offhand remark, I think they need to rein it in with these people because you can just hear the money being flushed down the toilet every time they open their mouths.
They're going to say, look, this movie's not for you. Okay. But the target demographic, the biggest demographic for superhero films are men.
That is also true. People don't want to hear that.
You, but you're the target. You're the biggest demographic. You're the ones that they're probably, making the movies for, but it's not for you. And then no one shows up and they're like the bigots. Yeah. The misogynists.
How dare you not support our movie telling you how much we hate you? What?
Right.
What?
But they're going to say it's not for you. And then when you don't come, then you're going to be like, you're just because you're a misogynist bigot.
Misogynist, bigot, homophobe, chud. What else we got? Man baby, the whole
incel.
And I hate to break it to you, like you said, that's your demographic for superhero movies, right? That and families. So like attacking Christian dads, probably not a good.
I don't know if families are going to go to this because they're making it clear that something's wrong with crypto. And you don't know, you're hoping crypto lives. I'm assuming crypto's going to live, but we don't know that. So I would not even go at least opening weekend to try and make sure that crypto doesn't die. So my kids don't get upset let's be honest, it'd be me that gets upset. So my kids would be fine. I'm the one who wouldn't be.
So let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
This is Clownfish TV, and if you want more of us, you can go out to more.clownfishtv.com, where we have more content you will not find on YouTube, and also check out the audio version of Clownfish TV wherever you find podcasts. So thank you very much for the support. I posted this today because I feel like it needs to be restated many, many times. That two things can be true at once. You can have a good movie flop at the box office, and you can have a bad movie make all kinds of money at the box office. And people seem to think that, well, if a movie bombs or is projected to bomb, that immediately means it's a bad movie. And that's like such a childish, baby-brained take.
Well, speaking of baby brain take, it's also usually followed by, it's because the toxic blankety blank 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 that our movie failed, instead of being like, well, maybe our movie wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
It's never, let's look inward and see what we did wrong. It's always everybody else's fault. But there seems to be this mentality too, that if you criticize anything, question anything, that you're a terrible person.
Yes.
And I'm tired of hearing it. It's like, you don't have to love everything, but you're allowed to like or not like things. That's completely fine. I'm just tired of the bullying crap around it. We're going to tell you the truth as best we can. If at least on our opinion of how something is. If we think it's good or bad, we'll tell you so. We'll tell you why. We're not going to just pull a narrative because that's what everybody else wants us to do on either side. We're going to try to stick to facts and try to stick to the truth. Is what we usually do. And people get mad about it. Well, you know what? Facts over feelings. So I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, people were pissed on both sides over The Mandalorian and Grogu because we said, hey, it's not terrible. But it also is probably going to lose money, or at least, and it also is like
more of a TV show, which is all valid, So
right, and just because we said that our subjective opinion was we liked it okay more than we thought we were going to, and also the facts say,
and the facts say is the other.
This is what it made at the box office, and this is what it needs to make. I just think it's kind of funny. We can't make anybody happy like this.
They're tracking now. This could change. I think 19th of June is when this one comes out. Is that what this one? No, this one's later. 19th is Toy Story.
Yeah, Toy Story. Then I think the week after.
So it's the end of June. June 26th. Okay. There's so many. It's hard to keep track. So this
Summer's
one's
crowded. I mean,
yeah,
it's
which is
really
also
crowded.
going to work against things. I'm just going to say, but I don't think there's a lot of people who want to see this movie.
Nah.
It's the 26th of June, so we're about a month out. So things can change. But what they're estimating right now is I think it's going to fall between 47 million and 65 million for domestic opening, and that's almost Black Adam. I think Black Adam was 67 million. It was, and
Yeah.
the Marvels was 47 million, and it was the lowest opening of all time for a Marvel film.
Movie, yeah.
So it's right there in those estimates. It's either going to do Marvel's numbers or a little bit below Black Adam. That is not good for a superhero movie. I don't care who you ask. I don't care which side you're on. The facts are that's a real shit low number for a superhero movie. But you have a movie about a character that's kind of a side character I get Supergirl's a big deal, but to most people, to normies, she's not one of the main ones.
Nah, she's a spinoff.
It could be a dog might die, and she's drinking and at bars and crap. It's not something you're going to be like, hey kids, let's pile in the car and go see Supergirl.
Party girl, Supergirl, who's depressed and
Superman,
alcoholic,
yes.
and yeah,
Supergirl probably not. And they're going to probably go see. They're going to take families and go see Toy Story 5 the week before,
Yes.
and they're seeing things like I know they want to see Masters of the Universe because it's based it's more like close to an 80s, balls to the wall kind of experience. And then they're, going to see that, and they're probably going to go see Mandalorian and Grogu. They're not going to go see
Drunk Supergirl.
Drunk Supergirl with a dog that might die. I'm sorry.
That should be the title of the movie: Drunk Supergirl with a dog that might die.
I mean, I'm assuming the dog doesn't die. They're not gonna. They kill Crypto. I'm coming over there, and it's not going to be pretty. I'm just telling you right now. Do not kill a dog, or you're going to be. There'll be fists a flying. But I just don't think this is one that it's going to bring the summer family crowd. It would normally bring the superhero crowd, but you just told them that the majority of them you don't want them.
Yeah, it looks okay. So I saw the new trailer for the first, because I am so checked out from this movie, like I don't care. I saw the new trailer for the first time before The Mandalorian and Grogu. And it's interesting because World of Real brings this up, and I mentioned it to you in the theater. I said, boy, isn't that weird that they put Superman first in the Supergirl trailer, just to remind you that, like, oh yeah, hey, this takes place in the same universe. But then the Superman looks like a comic book. It was very bright and colorful, and the trailer was very optimistic. And this movie just looks 90s. It's just like grungy, dark.
Well, I think that's the point, is that she's in a bad place and she has to find her place. And I get that. And I understand that. And I can give that a pass. But I also think that's not going to be appealing to families. Nor is it going to be appealing to the target your target demographic for superhero movies is like 75% male, 25% female. Or 60-40 or something like that. Probably closer to 70-30. But I'm just saying, you already just said, hey, if you're a dude, you're the problem.
Yeah, we'll get to what she said, and she's been making some comments, and I'm like, come on, they really need to, like, I don't think social media specifically destroys movies, but I think it definitely does hurt the box office to some degree, because most of the people that follow, especially the pop culture movies, the science fiction movies, the superhero movies, that kind of stuff, they are terminally online. So they're going to know every damn thing that these people say about, this or that or whatever. But, to be honest, this is kind of a detour. Last night I was watching Night Flight, which is actually a subscription channel now, which is very cool because I've talked about Night Flight and how I used to watch it in the 80s. But they had an old Mark Hamill interview from like 1984 or something like that. And he's always kind of been insufferable.
Oh, yeah, I've seen him in interviews before. His craft. Oh, I did.
His craft.
He's always been kind of up his own butt. He also, if you took the mustache off, looked like a woman. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah, he had a lot of makeup on, just like the holiday special. But it was kind of like, oh, my God. Yeah, he really thinks he's like, wow. Okay. Anyway, they said, there are internal issues that have reportedly plagued the production. Supergirl has undergone at least 10 test screenings. Mm-hmm. An unusually high number for a modern studio blockbuster, with DC reportedly experimenting with 3 different endings, multiple edits, and expanded appearances from Superman, which is why they put him in the trailer. But tonally, that movie's very, very different.
Well, but here's the thing. They apparently are going to double down on the Superman because now they're experimenting in the test screenings with more Superman. They put him in the trailer, which means they're going to put Superman in the film because they're afraid people won't come. But it's a bait and switch because it's not going to be about Superman. I mean, he might be in the beginning, he might be at the end when she comes back, but he's not going to be in the big parts of it.
She's Skyping him. That's like,
space Skype.
Oh, I'm sorry. Skype is gone. I'm old. It's Zoom. It's a
Oh, that's
Zoom
right,
call
Zoom.
now. But like that's like just to shoehorn him in there so he doesn't have to be on set. I'm like, if you really want people to come to the movie, Superman and Supergirl together, team up movie.
Yeah, they'd be like, well, you need a man, but it's like, but it's because it's a male dominated, superheroes are a male dominated audience. And it would be okay. Except you already just, you have the actress out there basically saying we don't want half of you here, or well, 2/3 of you at the movie theater.
Yeah. So look, it's not. We know it's got production problems. Here's the thing, though. Like the James Gunn universe, I don't think is in a very good place right now. This one, I think they're going to kind of be like, whatever. It's Supergirl. If the next Superman movie does not do well, I don't know what's going to happen. But they've already canceled. I guess they've canceled Peacemaker. And Lanterns, people are not real super happy with it. Although the last trailer, they did show them doing superhero stuff. So it was like, oh, look, they're in the Lantern uniforms and they're doing superhero stuff.
They're actually doing something, yeah.
Yeah, they're actually doing something.
I don't know. I just don't know how this one's going to go over because who is this for? And, I just don't think families are going to be making. That's why I'm not surprised. Last time we did something like this, that was like, oh, it's like the all female whatever. We got the Marvels.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what it's tracking towards. And I'm sorry, it is what it is. That's just the facts. That could change, but currently that's what they're estimating based on what they're seeing.
I think they really need to, like, I'm not saying that actors can't have their opinions, but I am saying that a lot of these younger actors are very loose-lipped, and I feel like they're not. They used to be more managed back in the day because the studio knew that one comment taken out of turn could cost them millions of dollars at the box office. But yeah, this new interview she had with Variety, she discussed the backlash surrounding her rise to the lead role in the upcoming movie. I could care less one way or the other. She said she learned to tune out online outrage as scrutiny around blockbuster franchises intensifies. She said, I mean, whose opinion do you really care about? If you're pissing the right kind of people off, you're doing okay. She suggested much of the hostility directed toward her comes from faceless social media users reacting emotionally online. And it's from a lot of people whose profiles have no photo, who are burner accounts. That might be true. Or someone's name and then dad of 4 Christian, which is hilarious to me.
Well, here's the thing. She could have just stopped talking. After she made the comment about, she said, well, I said people. And it's like, you said people, but it was very obvious in what way you phrased it. You were meaning men. And then you doubled down and showed that, yes, you meant men. And the thing is, honestly, you could have just stopped talking. You could have just been like, okay, that was a comment I made. It was stupid. Either it could have been like, well, that wasn't how I meant it. Or just don't bring it up at all. Just don't address it at all. Keep going, because now you just made it 100 times worse.
Yeah. Now it's interesting though. I actually do agree with her here. I don't think she's a dumb
No, she
person.
actually seems pretty nice to me. I just think that, she was in like House of Dragon and got shit from that too. And I think she's
Probably tired of it.
Yeah. And I get it. We get shit all the time too. But
Oh,
you still
God,
have to, separate it.
I would, if I were an actor, I would probably blow myself up after the first movie because I'd literally tell people to go fuck themselves. I'd be like, yeah, I don't have time for this shit. Go away.
It's like, I'm just doing the job. They
just doing my job.
Me. I just do what they tell me,
I just do what they
Take it
tell
up
me.
with them.
I cash the check. After that, I don't care. I literally forget all about whatever I did today. And that actually happens. And people get mad about that. Like fans get mad about people who are in movies or TV shows and they forget the shows or the movies they were in, or they forget lines or whatever. Because to that person, it's just a gig. It's just a gig. They did the gig. They got paid for it.
They went
And
home
it's
to
like
their real life, and then
they went home to their real life and they don't care. But she said, yeah, she understands why people become emotionally invested in celebrities and fictional franchises, arguing that distrust in institutions has pushed some people toward online communities for direction and validation. That actually is true across the board.
I was just across the board because I'm looking at shippers and all that. And insanity and things. Yeah.
I need to find my community, and all these shows have to represent me, but also, that's everybody. Everybody's like, I need to see myself and my values represented in all of the media I consume. But the option is also, you don't have to consume any of it. Like nobody's forcing you to consume it.
But that's what happens here, because they make comments like she made, even if it wasn't intended. Even she doubled down the second time, so it was intended. And then people are like, "Well, I'm not going." And then when you don't go, especially if it seems to be that they're blaming it on a certain, like either men or like the alt-right chuds, then it immediately becomes, you didn't go, you tanked it, you're a misogynist, you're racist, you're an istophobe, you're whatever that's toxic because the movie failed because you didn't go. Then they disregard completely that if it's geared for women, the women didn't show up either. The Marvels
Yeah.
had a male-dominated audience because superhero movies skew male. Women didn't show up to support it either because they didn't have any interest in seeing it. They completely gloss over that. And then they blame this somehow, like I said, Schrodinger's fandom. You're the toxic vocal minority, yet somehow just control everything in the box office at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I just think that really there needs to be some kind of a policy. And like, look, she's entitled to her opinions, but she is not wrong. When you're in a superhero franchise and something's supposed to be like family friendly or whatever, like going out there and like, you know, making digs at certain kinds of people. Like, you want everybody to come to this movie and be like, yes, I really like being Supergirl. Buy my action figures, buy my merchandise.
This is for everybody. Let me tell you how welcome. We're happy to have any of you here, including
Yes.
Christian dads, whatever. No.
Don't you want to watch drunk Supergirl and her sick dog? It sounds like a good time, doesn't it, fam? Can't wait to go see drunk Supergirl and her sick dog.
I think everybody knows it's just like an origin type situation where she comes from a dark place and has to find her way out. But I'm hoping that they don't kill the dog. I won't go see it.
I don't
they do.
think they will.
I'll have to go watch it to review it. But if I'm telling you straight up, if the dog's gonna be dead, I'm not going at all.
Well, they'll do like the MCU. So Crypto dies, and then they'll use time travel to bring Crypto back, but Crypto doesn't remember her. So now she has to housebreak Crypto all over again, and Crypto hates her. And the Crypto wants to be a Superman.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. But I am concerned because it keeps saying home's where you are, buddy, and how the dog's been there the whole time. And it's like she doesn't move on and she's where she's at because, you know, she's stuck in the past. So you need to get rid of the dog, move to the into the present. And that's what I'm worried about. And if they do that, literally, hell hath no fury and flying fists like I will have.
Just like home is wherever Jack Daniels is. That's where home is.
Yep.
He's my rock. Right. We're going to wrap this up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.